first half, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! Out by Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello, win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now. McGrath for the win.
He got it.
If you don't like college football and you watch this one, I'm not sure what your problem is.
Reddit did to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Thursday, January 22nd. Baseball season inches closer and closer. Vols play Alabama this week in the latest G League game. Sports are in full motion. It's a fun time.
It is a fun
time. Something, Landon, I never thought I would say. I never even thought about this because I never thought it would come across on my timeline. I never thought it would be of importance to me. You're college football national champions, the official reigning national champions. You're everyone's, right? Like, who hates them now? The Indiana Hoosiers. That's crazy.
Yeah. Who had that on their bingo card 5 years ago?
Even now, basketball champions sounds absurd. I know they're a blue blood. In fact, they're now the last undefeated teams in college basketball and college football.
They're one of the losingest programs of all time in football, correct?
I thought they, maybe not correct, but I thought they were the losingest college football, at least FBS.
Yeah. It would be cool if their 16-0 season, they passed somebody.
They officially got over the hump.
Yeah.
That would be nice. I think I would imagine they have
championship.
They hadn't had a postseason win at all since, was it 91?
Shout out. What was that, 2018?
Oh, the bowl game. I got you now. Yeah. Yeah, we were probably, before last year, we were probably their last postseason loss before they lost to Notre Dame. Which, good. Hey, Notre Dame deserves this. They deserve to be the last team to beat Indiana. After this year and the crap they've had to hear it from every direction, every corner of the universe. I think we can all agree they earned that title. They can hang the banner.
Well, that was the last kind of FU for Kurt Signetti because Marcus Freeman picked Miami. Which shout out Marcus Freeman. They didn't even want to be in the postseason at all, and he somehow gets on to call the game.
Well, I mean, they had Bill Belichick on at one point. I don't even know
girlfriend on.
No, but I think she was in a suite with Tom Brady and his girlfriend, I guess. Who I would imagine are around the same age. I don't know Tom Brady's girlfriend, but
I don't think so. That's Alex Earl, I think, is who you're talking.
She's probably older.
Probably. I don't think they're dating. I don't know.
Oh, that's just running around.
Yeah, that's kind of a social media rumor.
I can say this and mean it wholeheartedly. I could care less. Who couldn't care less? I couldn't care less
who Tom Brady dates.
Yeah, I'm at my maximum, minimum. I don't know, whatever. But no, I mean, we haven't been on since Monday night, and I don't get to be right very often, but I've been on the Kurt Signetti train the whole time. So I would like to collect my roses now. Thank you. I have believed in him since he was at JMU.
And then we took their strength coach.
Yeah, who was with Josh Heupel actually before James Madison, interestingly enough.
Yeah, for 1 year in 2018.
He wasn't an assistant, but they at least have history.
Yeah. Which a lot of people have asked me, they're like, I mean, did Josh Heupel really like know him? And I'm like, I mean, to a point, but he was in charge of like receivers and running backs and defensive backs. So I imagine Josh Heupel during practice is around those same people. So he has to kind of have an idea of what is expected of Josh Heupel, or he probably doesn't.
If you're the head coach of a football program and you don't know intimately the guys on your strength and conditioning staff, all of them, like that's not good, because you've heard a lot of people this week mention it, and then if you've followed football especially for a long time, you know it. The strength and conditioning coach is the off-season head coach. I mean, he is the one who runs the ship in the off-season. He's the guy. So knowing that staff intimately is pretty important. They're the guy. Like if you want your guys ready for the fall, that's your option. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And it's such a change of pace because Kurt Schmidt, the last guy, a lot of people probably didn't even know who he was because he wasn't a big, like, he wasn't on social media and like, I mean, never talked to the media or anything like that. He was kind of behind the scenes, it felt like. And
Which
now,
is fine.
Yeah. And you go make a splash hire and Derek Owings and, you know, from a national championship program. And it's like, he seems more of a coach than a strength conditioning coordinator, coach, whatever. I mean, the players like him. A lot of those Indiana players. I mean, Elijah Surratt talked about it. He was like, that was a big reason why I went to Indiana was because of Derek Owings at JMU. So I think the players like him. Obviously, Signetti's talked highly about him. I mean, there's no offense to Kurt Schmidt, but like, did anybody ever speak about him at all?
Well, I mean, I'm interested a lot in how this hire plays out. They've obviously spent a lot of money. It's interesting that how he kind of came to be. He leaves a reigning national champion, who I imagine was willing to shell out the big bucks. So I don't know kind of what all this hire entailed. I don't know why Derek Owings necessarily wanted to be at Tennessee. It's going to be interesting. I mean,
1.2 million reasons.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, you have Indiana and ESPN every week for the last 6 weeks talking about, look how much money Indiana can spend. They have Mark Cuban. And that's not the only billionaire. That's just, the billionaire that's being linked to the program. So like they could have, if they wanted to, they could have spent any amount of money to keep him. Yeah. Now, I don't know what all played into it. Maybe they said 1.2, buddy, you got to take that job. we aren't matching that. I don't know. But leaves a successful program. And obviously we've talked about on this, a lot of hires are about just like timing and fit. And so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Strength and conditioning coach is a really interesting spot. Oftentimes it's bad if you know, like, I think that's why Kurt Schmidt was doing a fine job. Like he was doing okay because no one knew his name. Like they're like, we want his head on a stick. Like we want him out.
Yeah.
But
there was other glaring problems last season
right.
in the strength conditioning coach. Yeah.
Right. But he also wasn't well known enough for people to be like, I love him. Don't let him go anywhere. So it's like this weird balancing act where you want to be known, but like be careful, because if you're too known, that may mean people know your name because they want you gone. It's a weird position, but it's a very, very important position. So yeah, I'm interested to see this play out. I'm sure you have some more on that. Before I forget this topic, I do want to ask something. 7:19 p.m. tonight, Ross Kivett tweeted out his classic commit post.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have another commit, or does Ross Kivett not know that earlier today Caden McCarthy signed?
That it's a new commit, yes.
I figured, but I just got to check on our guy. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's up to date. He
okay.
Yeah.
Just make it. Maybe he forgot to send it earlier or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Has that been announced yet? I didn't go
look. You had to go replace
a
guy, and you had to go replace a guy in the 2027 class because that one was supposed to be 2027, but reclassified to 2026. So you had to go replace him. You land another kid who will announce sooner or later. So
TBD.
TBD. Yeah, it is a pitcher
Or
though.
I guess TBA. It's been announced. It's been determined. It just hasn't been announced.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Good to know. That's I just want to make sure our guy was up to date.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's good. He's rolling.
Would it not be funny though if like that was what it was about?
I think you should just do it for everything. So like, I mean, had a great meal, like just tweet that emoji. Just get people fired up. I'm all for that. But yeah, Derek Owings going back, there was a stat for like the Big Ten of I just had it and then I don't know why I clicked away from it, but I did. But it's basically the availability report and how many players missed games. So Indiana total missed games was 49. So players missed 49 total games. The next closest was 55. That was Iowa. The worst in the Big Ten was Rutgers at 233.
Oh,
so a lot of, and I mean, and if one player misses the entire season, that's 12 games.
Yeah.
So I mean that says a lot about your strength and conditioning program. Is it the end all be all? Probably not, but you definitely want to be toward the top and not toward the bottom where Rutgers is at. And I think Tennessee's had some, like you said, he's not done a terrible job, but it doesn't go unnoticed that there's been a lot of players that have season-ending injuries, and a lot of those you probably can't do anything about. But I mean, you had Jermon McCoy, and then like we always thought like, okay, he could come back this time, and he just never came back for whatever reason. I don't know if that's Kurt Schmidt's fault or not, whatever. But I mean, you had Ricky Gibson, Keenan Peely a couple years ago, like key positions that you can't really afford losing guys for an entire year. You've had that issue. So
one thing I need Derek Owens to like, and it's a non-negotiable with him on this staff. No more of this fake injury crap on PATs. No more. We're what did Indiana say all this year? It's classic coach speak. Fast physical discipline. Like we're fast physical discipline. We're tough. Like we don't care if we're too fast for the defense. Like we're playing football. I don't know. It does it not at the end of the day. It's annoying. Number one, it's not like they take TV timeouts for me either. Sometimes they'll stay on the field till the kickoff and then go to a TV timeout. It blows my mind. But if you're a football coach preaching toughness and physicality, and you're telling a guy to go down, well, listen, you're teaching the wrong things doing that right there. I don't know. I'm using that as a catalyst to get over, like, I hate it personally, and I think that's a good excuse to try to get Josh Heupel to quit doing it. Is we want toughness. We want to preach toughness. We want it in our DNA. And so we can't do this fake crap anymore.
Yeah, and like you can't have his first quote in a hype video being you can't be soft before you go to war or something like that. You can't be faking injuries if you're going to have that kind of quote.
Well, Monty, it hadn't worked. I'll tell you that. It's done not shit for us on defense.
Yeah, maybe we just try the opposite. See
just
if that
try
might
it. I'm just begging you, try it one time. One time. Yeah. I don't think it does. I don't think it does anything positive. In fact, Landon, wouldn't more teams be doing it if it was statistically? Like anytime you ran a kickback or anytime, wouldn't that team do it? If analytically it said you got to buy your defense more time, after every quick score and quick turnaround, every team would do it.
I'm on the like train of like it kind of kills your momentum a little bit, right?
I agree.
Like,
especially like you get a quick defensive turnover. 5
minutes, like you said.
You get a quick defensive turnover, your offense scores, or it's a defensive touchdown, or whatever it may be. Get him back out on the field. Don't give that quarterback time to slow it down in his head and breathe and get to the next play. Make him think about that interception he just threw.
Also, if you had some kind of depth, on this team, you don't need to do that.
And isn't it just behind the offense more, Tom?
Yeah.
You don't get more
kind
time.
of a two-way street.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're able to draw plays
logistically
on a
makes
whiteboard.
zero sense. And I would love again to see the statistics of when we do that. Do we get turnovers? Do we get stops? Because I know this year, not a chance.
Well, and like this whole season was a lot of people want to fault the defense, and they were horrible. But I mean, it was the entire team in the second half that lost you ball games. They quit, or they just flat out forgot how to play football. I mean, it was abysmal in the second half and a lot of those losses. And I think that's where your strength and conditioning coach has to you got to dig deep a little bit. And he's kind of talked about I tweeted a video of him a couple years back, and he was talking about how you want to run your fastest in season. You don't want to do it before the season. You want to be at your fastest when you're playing your best football.
Yeah, you starve them in August. Hungry dogs run faster, Landon.
Yeah. Yeah, so I like that aspect. I think Tennessee needs to be more disciplined because I think a lot of that fatigue comes from strength and conditioning, and that leads to penalties. You lose focus because you're tired, penalties.
Can I hit on one more note, too, that doesn't have to do with strength and conditioning, to the buying the defense more time?
Yeah.
If you think it's so critical as a head coach to get your defense more time, you need to change your offense.
Yeah.
You don't need to be
an offensive coordinator.
Yeah. You need to change if you think it's so critical that your defense have more time, you need to change it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Back to I agree with those points. And I think the discipline aspect, it certainly comes from strength and conditioning. Like that's a big part of it. A lot of that though is, I think that's just the discipline of the team in general. The expectations, the mindset, the mantra that we talked about on the last episode. I'm not convinced as of right now, I'm not convinced this staff has it. And I don't think that's maybe it's unfair, but it doesn't feel unfair to say.
Yeah.
I would love to be proven wrong. I would love, and we talked about it. I like the defensive hire so far. I like what I am comfortable defensively what they've done in the portal to address the needs, but you still have a long way to go to prove me you can win ball games. You can win meaningful ball games. And I don't think that's unfair. And it all starts with the head coach. And if he needs to buy the defense more time, change up your offensive strategy. Mm-hmm. If scoring too fast is detrimental to your team, you need to stop scoring so fast. You need to learn how to plan drives. But let me see you map out these 10, 12 play drives, that milk clock. Your defense can sit over there. They won't even need oxygen tanks anymore. They'll be, they'll probably need to stretch before they go back on the field.
And if you really want to keep, opposing defenses on their toes, play around with that tempo a little bit. Go tempo at different times and then slow it down at different times. But we're just all gas, no brakes, and then we have a guy just laying on the field it's the same guy every single time.
And why don't we do it on punts? When we go 3 and out over and over and over and over and over. I can't stop, but I will, because he does it all the time. We go 3 and out over and over again. And I never see us fake those injuries on punts. Feels like a critical time to buy our defense some more time.
Do it on offense.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sick of it. I was sick of it when we were winning. It gets real old when you're losing. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that's the one thing I can't be bitterly orange about, bitterly attentive. I can't back that, especially when we're losing.
Yeah.
And especially when our fans, they want Kiffin's head over what he did in Knoxville, which, by the way, Landon, wasn't that bad. I've done that. If anyone else wants to sit down and rewatch the game with me, we can map it out. We do it the same amount of times, real or fake.
We do
it the same amount.
Yeah.
I know
going back to Derek Owens, coaching history. First of all, he played at Mercer with our buddy Chad.
No, he's that age.
Yeah,
they were at Mercer at the same time.
I texted Chad the day before it got announced. I was like, "Hey, do you know this guy?" I kind of did some research, and it was about the same time you were there. And he's like, yeah, I remember him. He was a tight end / receiver, I think, at Mercer. So, yeah, I played with Chad for a season.
Well, I have some questions then.
And then played there. I think he finished his career there. He was at somewhere before that. I can't remember where.
I love that Chad's probably our most reoccurring guest because
we call
I call him too often. Hey, you're live on the podcast right now. Hey, Derek Owings. Landon's already reached out to you a little bit about him.
Yeah, what about him?
Is he a nut job?
Okay, I barely remember him. He seemed like a normal guy. I told him, I think.
I need my strength. I need my S&C to be just
I know
chaotic.
I haven't talked to him in 10 years.
That's fine. So
it's been
on the record,
it's been like 12. So
yeah, on the record, not a nut job.
I don't know.
Seems like a normal guy.
I'd say I don't know.
Do you think he's like at least Mike Vrabel crazy? Like he'd cut his penis off for a national championship?
I think he's got that in him. I think he could do that.
So he could be penisless as we speak.
Oh, God.
Because he did win one.
He could have that kind of crazy in him. I don't know if he has it though. He seemed like a normal guy, but like also it's been 10 years and I don't know what he's like now. And also he might have flipped the switch once he became a strength and conditioning coach.
Okay. All right. Well, I just had to go to a source here, and you were an okay. You were if I had to rate, I would say a 2-star source. Which was that your rival's rating, 2-star? Or did he get to 3, Landon? Yeah. Okay. So good news, consistent across 10 years. You're nothing but consistent, Chad, and I respect that.
All right, that's all I can be.
Thank you for your honesty. I love you.
Love you too.
See you, bud.
Tell him I love him.
He can hear you. You can't hear him.
I love you, man.
I can't hear him.
He said he loves you.
I do.
Oh. I respect the honesty. I just wanted to see if he'd lie. We need a Tennessee homer where he's like, yeah, it's crazy. He's gonna like,
yeah,
we kind of
we probably should have like texted him beforehand and then just got like didn't even have to be real kind of thing.
I just love if that ever got back to him, he'd be like, who the hell is Chad Mitchell?
Oh yeah. Well, when I texted him about him, he was like, I mean, it sounds familiar. I'm like, well, can you look?
Like through his brain?
Well, I mean, I guess like he like looked him up and remembered who he was, but he was a GA at Utah State and then was at UCF in 2018 with Josh Heupel. Was at Texas Tech.
You know who might know him?
Who?
Tony P.
Oh, Tony P definitely knows him.
He knows everybody.
Yeah. And there was that James Madison with Signetti and then Indiana. Maybe that's when I mean he wasn't a strength coach until UCF. So was that the switch that was flipped?
Maybe
Josh Heupel was like
bounce house.
Just kind of lit that spark and now it's turned into this.
Maybe so. And see, that's what's interesting is like 90% of his career has been with Curt Signetti. So I'm just interested to see how this relationship, how it works out, how it builds. Because I mean, there's got to be a lot of trust there in that staff. We talked about it. They're the offseason head coach. Like they're with the guys on a daily basis from January to, well, I guess really the whole year, but like it's just the strength and conditioning staff for the most part, January through the end of July. Mm-hmm. Outside a few weeks, few days, few periods, but those guys are with them 24/7. And so, yeah, I'm curious. Like in my mind, so much of his identity is right now connected to Curt Signetti. I'm curious to see how he goes when he's on his own. Or not on his own, but with a different head coach.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to work out. I mean, Tennessee's kind of went all in on these two things you need to get fixed. with your strength coach, with your defense, and they've paid. What's Creed say? He's like, I pay for that privilege. I've been caught many times, and I've paid dearly. I mean, we paid dearly for the strength coach. I mean, making him one of I think the highest paid in the country. Jim Knowles is definitely going to be up there as well. So, I mean, the buy-in's there. So you have to win. I mean, they're two great hires, but they don't look like great hires until you win.
I love when you get a new head coach or a new strength and conditioning coach, and that first video they put out is always just so intense.
Oh yeah.
Let me see day 10. You know?
Did you see? They briefly put George McIntyre in one of those videos. I thought that was funny.
If he's not hang cleaning like 305, I don't want to see it.
I think he was in long sleeves, so you couldn't like I want to see some definition in those arms. Couldn't really.
I don't want to see definition. I bulk. Like I want us to go the wrong way. Hefty lefty first. Then you can.
So we're bulking and then we cut.
Yeah. Like this dude should be.
Yeah, we're going guzzling creatine. CrossFit.
Yeah. He should be 99% creatine by what, like April 1?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, there was a significant body change for Mendoza when he went to Indiana from when he was at Cal. So
yeah, I think that's what some people are missing with the George McIntyre thing is like he's young.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know it's deceiving because like a lot of the guys that get to this level, their bodies are different than 99% of teenagers and they develop in different ways, but there's also still a lot of guys who develop at a normal pace of a teenager. And has he even turned 19 yet?
I don't know. I don't know when his birthday is. But yeah, like you mentioned, I mean, Derek Owens and George McIntyre need to be best friends. They need to go full on stepbrothers.
We have a new blanking on the term, nutritionist.
Nutritionist, yes, from Kansas.
Yeah. The football program, not just the state. I'm sure she lived in the state while she was the nutritionist at Kansas, sure. But
yeah, I don't know anything about her. Sorry, I haven't looked that up.
I haven't looked it up either. A lot of people seem to be excited about it. That's great. Love that.
Yeah, sure. Anything else for Derek Owings other than that's
no
good hire? That
you know me, I'm a Kurt Signetti guy, and so any friend of Kurt's is a friend of mine. So I'm gonna naturally like the hire, but yeah, we'll see.
So, do you give Kurt Signetti credit for Derek Owings, or do you give Josh Heupel?
As of right now, Kurt Signetti.
Okay,
you could change my opinion in a few years, but yeah, Kurt Signetti.
Okay, I was just saying, Josh Heupel gave his first start like he was a part of that tree.
Yeah, but I'm not giving Nick Saban any credit for Kurt Signetti just because they were together for a little while. Kurt Signetti didn't become Kurt Signetti till he was away from Nick Saban.
Well, ESPN's all over it. They're like, well, I mean, just another Nick Saban disciple.
Which, yeah, I don't know if people are now hopping on and realizing because there was a lot of talk about, there was much, much, much more talk about Mario Cristobal being from the coaching tree. There's a little talk about Kurt Signetti, but not as much. So now people are hopping on the train with me that there is something going on in that relationship. Something happened. They are not buddy-buddy. Neither of them talk about each other. If you ask Nick Saban about Kurt Signetti, he talks about him in this obscure way like he's never met the guy. And if I remember correctly, Nick Saban coached with his dad or played for Kurt's dad. And then they obviously coached together for 5 years. They know each other. And Nick Saban's like, he's a good coach, that guy. What's his name? Kurt? Good guy. Great guy. Good coach. Great coach. It's very weird.
Big Miami.
Which Indiana fans love. They said he pretty much didn't pick them all year. I didn't track. But I'm also confused because sometimes they were picking the spread the other night. But then when it got down to it, they took the spread off the board. And I was like, so now are they picking winners? I'm so confused.
Well, Desmond Howard doesn't know either, so he
picked Indiana, which was the only loser. Miami did cover. And he picked Indiana to cover. I think
he thought he was picking them to win.
Again, I don't know. I'm so confused.
He went home and he was like, see, told everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. They just tell Desmond like however he picked was right. And they just roll with that. That's it.
I mean, they probably should have kept Lee Corso and just got rid of Desmond. I mean, they were kind of.
I hope Lee Corso's. Yeah, I hope Lee Corso's doing good because I thought we'd see more about him this week with Indiana winning. So I hope he's doing okay. I haven't sought it out, so maybe there has been stuff and I've just missed it. But I thought we'd hear more about him. I'm really glad LSU didn't win and he got his, national champion right. That would have sucked. To be fair, I don't think he knew Brian Kelly was coaching there, so that didn't help him. But I don't know.
Well, I mean, Lane Kiffin, no matter who he's a part of, just know that they're not going to win. So, he would leave anyway.
I said it earlier. If you had to tell fans, because everyone kind of cheers against Ohio State, everyone kind of cheers against Alabama, everyone is starting to kind of cheer against Georgia because they've been the top. Is there a sane reason that anyone could have cheered against Indiana? Because even Miami, everyone was kind of over the huge, massive amount of money being spent on their roster. And then Miami's just got the reputation of the Miamis of old. Greg and his third leg, that whole sixth floor crew.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone still kind of hates them from around the early 2000s. Is there a sane reason to hate Indiana? I mean, people are making up that they were cheating to try to find a reason to hate them.
I didn't. I thought they were the most consistent team all year long. And no matter how many, Miami has a ton of there's going to be NFL players. Sure. Indiana got Mendoza, maybe the running back Black, maybe a couple of those defensive linemen.
And then if Belichick finds his way back to the NFL, that kid from Brentwood,
Charlie Becker,
he's going to have a home.
Yeah. But they don't turn the football over. They rarely have penalties. And they don't have injuries. They don't. They're just a machine.
I started crying for Indiana fans when I thought 2 penalties in the last minute and a half of the national championship were going to cost them it. The false start and then the roughing the passer. I wept for them.
If you watch that game, you're like, okay, Miami's more talented overall than this Indiana team, but they're so consistent. They don't make mistakes and they make you beat yourself. A punt block is the difference in a punt block for a touchdown was the difference in the game.
Yeah.
And Miami still had a chance to win.
Also a very obscure play. I don't know what was happening there. Yeah, agreed. The only place that they outright outweighed Miami was, and it was probably the quarterback position. And it probably just boiled down to not necessarily a more talented quarterback, just a better quarterback for Indiana kind of deal.
Yeah. Well, Cignetti just a better coach because he understood hey, we can just run the ball. And it's okay. Mendoza won the Heisman, great, but we can just run the ball. Miami destroys Ole Miss if they just run the ball every play and stop putting it in Carson Beck's hands.
If they either run the ball or anything quick to Tony. That's what I said about halfway through that game. I was like, when's Miami just going to run the football or run something quick with Malachi Tony? When are they going to – anytime they ran those sweeps or jet sweeps or end arounds, whatever they were doing, screens, Malachi Tony got yards.
Yeah. But with those 2 edge players that Miami's has, if they had any kind of discipline and didn't turn the football over, they would probably be the best college football team of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. Could you imagine if they had just, not just Cam Ward, but any type of game changer at quarterback, any level of game changer.
Yeah. I mean, luckily, like Mendoza, he's just like a robot. He's got a little touch that he wasn't even affected by those guys just destroying him all game long.
Everyone's pointed it out. That was the movie ending, the ending to the Indiana Hoosiers movie is just going to be that play because it was so awesome.
Yeah.
Like that'll probably be a buzzer beat. It'll be the Mike Winchell play. Mike Winchell scores that touchdown if it's from Fernando Mendoza.
And dude, Mendoza is really good. He doesn't look like he would be great.
No, not at all.
His mechanics, the way he runs, like he doesn't look like the best player in college football.
It was kind of awesome to see him have that Heisman moment because other than like, which it really wasn't his play, the touchdown pass to was that Surratt? Was it to Surratt against Penn State?
Mm-hmm.
Like other than that, which was really more Surratt than him. I mean, it was an awesome play by him, but the catch was the most impressive part of that. Like that was the Heisman moment. I mean, yeah, it happened a month after the Heisman ceremony. But that play was just incredible. It was it had to be awesome to be an Indiana fan in that moment. Mm-hmm. Not the last 45 years, but in that moment it had to be sick.
Is that the worst loss of all time to lose a national championship on your home field?
It's not gotta be. It's gotta suck. But at the same time, does it ever feel like home for them? It's like what, an hour from campus?
Yeah, it's in Coral Gables.
Yeah, it's like that's the best way to lose a home game. If you have to lose a home national championship game, that's the best way to do it. You're like, this isn't really our home.
I don't know, man. Like, I mean, when they got in, they're like, hey, if we make it, like we get to play on our home field, and then to lose like that. I mean, I couldn't imagine being in Neyland and losing a national championship in that. I've been through some tough losses there. Don't get me wrong, but nothing like that. And like you said, it is different because it's an NFL stadium. Like it's not their like on campus place, but still,
I don't. It would suck, but I don't even know how to equate it because it'd feel a lot. It would suck at your home stadium. It also would suck though to look around and see like you maybe have 40% of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of red.
Does it make you feel a little better losing that, knowing like Michael Irvin's on all fours the entire game, just barking and eating grass and stuff?
Listen, they did us all a service by keeping his belt on.
Yeah.
That I don't know. That was
the dude, like in Miami fans, did they enjoy that? The Michael Irvin thing? Because
I think so. I mean, I think I would if I was a Miami fan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think so.
But it's got to get old at some point. Like he can't do it every season, right?
Oh yeah, sure. There's got to be hey, you can come in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine Peyton Manning taking his belt off and beating a brick wall? That would be sick.
I'm for it. I mean, I doubt he has the physique that Michael Irvin still has, which is pretty impressive. See, that's the thing is it's Michael Irvin. So
yeah.
It would be really funny if like a walk-on defensive tackle that we never heard of just showed up one weekend and started doing it. That'd be hilarious, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be a Hall of Famer. It can't just be like.
Don't say a name. I was staying away from names.
Uroš Plavšić.
Oh, our fans would love that.
Well, he's coming back, Caleb. Since anybody's allowed to come back to college football, I think Uroš should come back
to college basketball.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
He should. They should probably try to. I think he'd be a great tight end. I think he'd be a great.
I mean, the thing with this whole thing with all the
Lady Vols win it. Lady Vols won. Lady Vols beat Kentucky.
Let's go. That makes they're undefeated. They're 6-0 in conference play?
Thank you, Monty. Yeah, it's been quite the flip flop between the men and the women.
Yeah. Where was I going? Oh, I was going. I'm in Charles. What's it? Bediaco? Bediaco. There we go. Got it. Figured it out. Sounded out. With all this, it kind of opens Pandora's box, is it not? Because like, yeah, like I feel like the whole thing has always been, if you declare for the draft, you're done, right? And now he gets to play 3 seasons in the G League and come back to college like that. Whatever he like does in college, I mean, he averaged like 6 points a game. He shouldn't have went to begin with. That was terrible advice from whoever he got that from. But at the same time, what about these guys that go to the NFL draft, don't get drafted where they thought? They can't come back. They leave after their junior season. They forego their senior season. I mean, is that not opening up where, hey, like I think I want to come back to college because I didn't get drafted where I was supposed to?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think this goes anywhere positive for any of the athletes involved. But I mean, I guess except for the guys that get to come back and make money playing college basketball when they were professionals, but that's about it. I have a lot of questions, and I know it's always been this way. Like Ethan Berg, for example, who played professional basketball in Israel. I'm asking a genuine question. I'm not trying to just like spark controversy. Like what is the difference? What's the line there? Why? How do they differentiate professional basketball in the States versus overseas? Because why am I blanking on the French dude's name?
Pons?
No. That's on the team this year.
Masamba?
Yeah. Didn't he play? I mean, maybe didn't have a contract, but didn't he play some minutes for their senior team? For what senior team was he with?
I know Milicic played for somebody too.
So, like, what's the line in playing overseas somewhere and playing in the G League?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the difference. I've just always been like this Alabama player played 2 years of college basketball, said, all right, I'm going to the draft, and hasn't made it to the NBA. I feel like you had your choice. Like these players, like did they have a choice to go to college? I don't know. Are they playing in some kind of NBA academy type like Santi and get the opportunity to come play college basketball?
Right, but I think the difference for like Santiago Vescovi is that he never like played professional minutes, right? Like that was an academy team where they traveled and played other. Like he wasn't getting paid.
Yeah,
I would imagine these guys were getting maybe, and that's why I think Masamba's probably a different story because I think he was in their youth organization, and then, but again, like does playing one game, would that be the same as playing a G League game, and that would immediately ruin your eligibility? I just don't understand. I think that's been. I would love to understand why there's a line there and what that line is, because it might make sense. Like there might be something like this is their college opportunity overseas. It could be an explanation like that. But why is that line there, and where does it get drawn over here in the States?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, like the NBA, that's what I mean, Monty brings up a good point. I think if you like you're in college basketball, you're like, I'm done with this. I'm going to the next level. I feel like that's it, right? There's no going back to that. Because you go through the draft process and the workouts and everything, you can still come back to college. He didn't. Like, so you had multiple opportunities to like get your name out of the draft and you refuse to, and then you stay for 3 years.
Yeah.
And in the G League, and then want to come back. And then the whole Nate Oates thing, like, for one, if Tennessee got the opportunity to get one of these guys, I'd be cool with it. Like, I obviously, like, it's going to help them win. But Nate Oates can't go, like, when the Baylor guy got eligible, and he was like, this is bad for college basketball, blah, blah, blah. And then have, an Alabama player come back 2 weeks later. That's crap.
So is that the line though? Like if you go through the NBA draft process, is that the difference?
Then
playing overseas for 3 or 4 years, whatever it may be.
I don't know. I don't know
like
how
could a high school kid
from
the United States go and play in Spain for 2 or 3 years and then come back to college?
I mean, probably. I mean, because I guess. But is that comparable? I don't know.
I'm not trying to say that's comparable to the NBA experience, but would that not, if you want to, especially nowadays where you can make so much money playing college basketball, if you had that opportunity, it'd be dumb not to do it. Oh, I can go get better and get into my the years that like I'm going to be more physically capable of handling the college game, if not more capable than the guys. I'm not just equal. I'm better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wouldn't that be the smart thing to do? Especially if you're like a D2 guy. Like, there's plenty of D2 guys that play overseas that do well, even NAIA, whatever. So I feel like the NCAA has a big hole here that I understand why these guys are trying to poke holes in it. Now, I think the way it's gone, like I think it would be smart of other SEC schools to go and try to get a TRO on him playing in the state of Tennessee or in the state of Florida or in the state of Georgia and say, okay, we'll get a state judge to rule in our favor in our state. So Alabama comes up to Knoxville this weekend. Well, he's not eligible to play in the state of Tennessee. Sorry, bud. So I think there's a lot of holes in what is currently happening.
Well, and then there's that whole thing was like, if he's deemed ineligible, if those wins get vacated, right?
According to this TRO, they can't be, but I don't know how that would hold up. That would hold up. See, I think that's the thing. Like, that's where Tennessee, that's where I think they could get the TRO, is they could say, well, if he's deemed ineligible after he plays us, that loss is still detrimental to our season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Tennessee could easily get the same TRO granted in the state of Tennessee that Alabama did in the state of Alabama. I don't think it'd be a problem at all. And if I mean, I don't know how petty Tennessee wants to be about it. He may not even play this weekend because he's might be injured. I do feel like it needs to be tested. I mean, if Alabama's going to test it, I think you should test it back.
This goes back to the NCAA needs to grow a pair and just make a rule. Make a rule and live with it.
So they have. And I mean, they've said like they are all out on he is not eligible. The problem is that you have not only courts, you also have legislators that want to be involved in NCAA decision making. They have been allowed to be involved by all the laws being passed in Congress, that if you don't like the NCAA's ruling, now you can go to the court system and try to get the ruling you prefer there. And yeah, it's just a really messy, slippery slope that's been, I mean, the crux of all this, and it's going to sound like I'm a boomer and I'm like, don't pay them. The crux of all this is NIL. And I don't think it's the player's fault, but I think it is like, I think it is the NCAA's fault, but at a much more macro scale where they have not prepared for the changes that are happening in the college sports landscape. They've stayed just in the dark. They've said our way is the best way. We're doing it. Boom. They haven't changed rules to accompanying this new world that we live in. And so I think like this specific problem isn't necessarily like, oh, the NCAA, it's their fault. But like you can go back to how they haven't changed with the times. They haven't found ways to make sure that their rulings are lawful and fair and all this. And so now we have where judges can grant these temporary restraining orders that ensure players who by NCAA rule are not eligible to play. But then you have the Baylor situation where like, wait, if he's eligible, why is he not eligible? And so it's like, it's all very weird and confusing. And so, yeah,
that's the whole thing. It's like, could there not just be a blanket, like you have 5 years?
There could be, but they won't adjust. Like they won't change anything that they have now. Yeah. And I think They're getting to the point they have to. They have to. Now I've been saying that for probably a year and a half, and they haven't.
Because, in February 10th, does Joey get denied another year when this guy he's been out of college basketball for 3 years? This would be his 6th year of college basketball, or of basketball, I guess. So, what are we doing?
Yeah, I don't understand it.
In that case, can Zakai come back? He didn't sign a NBA contract.
Right. So, I mean, I guess by rule, like you were saying earlier, if you go through the draft, no, he couldn't. But he's also completed his 4 years of eligibility.
Right.
That's what Alabama's saying, is he never completed his 4 years of eligibility. That's how they're working around it, I guess.
So Jaden Springer, Keon Johnson,
correct,
could,
yeah.
Kennedy Chandler could come back
if this situation holds out and the NCAA is forced to comply with the court ruling that is currently in place. Yeah, I would assume those players would be eligible.
I think Tobias Harris should be able to come back.
He would be, according to this ruling. Yeah, that'd be so sick if you had like a guy retire from the NBA. LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, who is to say LeBron is like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go bring a championship to Ohio State, and I'm going to
no Tennessee. Don't do it. Don't let him go. Don't even give him the idea to go be a Buckeye.
Or okay, let's he plays for his hometown team. He goes to Akron.
That'd be so sick. He could win a national. I think he could win a national championship this year by himself
at Akron. Okay,
yeah,
that would be awesome to see.
He could take Bronny with him. He's still got 3 years.
I mean, the Dog Connect sitting right there at the end of the bench for the Lakers. He would love to have another year of eligibility for Tennessee.
We got to get him before LeBron goes back to Akron. If LeBron and Bronny go, he might get a chance to be on the NBA roster.
Mm-hmm.
They should just make that rule. If you don't finish your years of eligibility, you have to play 20 in the NBA, and then you can play.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, again, is it a huge competitive advantage for this one Alabama player? Maybe not, but he has played professional basketball for 3 years. Like he's had to improve a little bit, right? But I don't know. I don't know. How does he gel with the team? Like adding him back, I feel like right now is definitely kind of a slippery slope a little bit because do you really know what you're getting? And then if he is ineligible and could that somehow be a detriment to your season if this all kind of plays out? Is there a chance? It'd be
awesome if that's how it played out.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's dumb. I don't even know why. How did this even become a thing? Just one person had the idea. It was like,
dude, I don't have a clue.
Like the Ethan Berg thing, people keep bringing that up. I'm like, buddy, you're asking the wrong person. I think Ethan Berg, it was a waste of a scholarship anyway. I don't care.
You're like, yeah, fire him. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to some portal.
Yep.
Portal shenanigans.
Tennessee's still looking to add a couple. Had some visitors, had some interest. I think a Miami defensive back entered the portal earlier today. You had a Indiana defensive tackle enter the portal. I think that would be an interesting look if Tennessee wanted to go that route. I just think there is a couple holes with the portal, and it may or may not be depending on how they adjust the defensive line. What does Jim Knowles want his edges to look like? What does he want his ends to look like? His defensive tackles to look like? There's a ton of bodies along that defensive front, but if you're looking at what we have done in the past, Tennessee has 3 edge rushers: Chaz Coleman, Jordan Norman from Tulane, and Christian Gass. Then you have a couple edges, and then your defensive tackles are Xavier Gilliam, it's David Hobbs, it's Ethan Utley, and Isaiah Campbell, and Nathan Robinson. I mean, and then your true freshmen that are coming in probably add on to that too. But I think they probably wanted to add another defensive tackle, but missed out on a couple. Could they try to get back in with somebody else? Maybe. But, I mean, a lot of those people are done. I mean, maybe this Indiana guy, but, I mean, he's kind of living pretty. Everybody else has a home, and you have a ton of people that need spots. I mean, his value just goes up and up and up.
Yeah, which I mean,
I just don't know how they play that defensive line. Like, is it going to be different or is it going to be more of the same?
I would imagine it would be because you still have Rodney Garner there, who I'm sure has a lot to say about the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'll be fairly similar, but it'll have its own. Obviously, like packages may be different. And
like, could a Tyree Weathers be play inside?
I'm going to tell you right now, they won't rotate more. It's not possible.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know how they'll use them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the need is.
Yeah.
I'd say right now, though, the more bodies, the better. Because there's still, I mean, not that there's guys that aren't capable, but I mean, I think finding more capable guys is not a problem.
Well, I just think, like, I mean, you take out maybe some of those freshman edge rushers can make an impact, but let's say they don't. If Chaz Coleman or like a David Hobbs who's dealt with injuries in the past, one of those two guys get injured or both of them get injured, I think you're in a world of hurt at those positions.
Yeah, well, you heard of Derek Owings? They're not. You heard Chad. He's a cut off my penis guy for a national championship.
Good point.
He said it, not me.
But yeah, that, and I think that Tennessee needs another corner.
Yeah, which,
I mean, you like Kay and Lee, you like Ty Redmond. Other than that, I have no, like that and Nickelback, I have no clue. You have Quay Moss at nickel. I don't know. I mean, do they go some 4-3 look? I think I saw the interview with Mike Keith and Jim Knowles, and he said there's definitely opportunity to run some 4-3 looks, but it's not their base set.
Sure. I mean, I feel like with your lack of that, I haven't watched it yet, so that's good to hear. I feel like with your lack of star position right now and your depth at linebacker, that has to be something you're considering not only using but leaning on at times. It has to be.
And it's Perlotti. I mean, that's the only one that I feel confident that has the speed to play that.
Which also I feel like moving God, what is it? I'm not blanking on his name. Moving Farouk to nickel would be a great idea. Put him in the box.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that you could do too. Or
I don't know if he'd be a good nickel,
any of those safeties. I think TJ Metcalf's played some nickel, so maybe he could play that.
I don't know. I don't think moving Perlotti to nickel would be, or star position would be necessarily advantageous, but the kid can fly around, and if you could get him to do it, get him on the field at all times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate the idea, Monty. I don't know if it's a feasible idea, but I don't hate it. Hey, no ideas are bad ideas here. That's what we say in our Monday morning meetings with Danny White, and that's how the 10% talent fee came about. It's not our fault, but we go by the no bad ideas here, and that bad idea became a real idea. So sorry.
And like you add a defensive lineman, you add a corner late in this process. I mean, it's probably taken care of, and it could be anyway. Maybe somebody emerges. Maybe one of these. Maybe there's a freshman defensive back that's like, "Hey, I'm going to take the corner spot."
Yeah.
Maybe a Zay Anderson can be a corner. I mean, no one thought Ty Redmond was going to be a starter last year either, and then he was. Somebody has to emerge at both of those positions. I mean, let's kind of roll with that a little bit. Freshmen that you think would make an immediate impact. Who are you going with? Like, give me a Perlotti in this class.
Sorry, I wasn't prepared for this line of questioning. I'm curious to see where. I mean, I guess on the back end, but I'm curious to see where Joel Wyatt ends up.
Yeah,
I feel like he's a freak athlete that. If anything translates, it's freak athleticism.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
I mean, we're assuming on the back end, right? Is where
it could be like really great where he's really special at defensive back, or he's another one of those guys that has no like we have no clue where he's going to play, so he doesn't play.
Fair, yeah.
Like at D. Williams, you're like, okay, well he can return kicks. What else can this man do?
Yeah.
I like Carter Gooden at defensive line. I feel like he could maybe make an impact early on. He's gonna have to put on some weight, but I like his build. I think that was a good kind of late pickup for Tennessee. I mean, Tristan Keys, obviously, like that is one who's going to play some on offense probably. If they rotate, we'll see. But if they do, yeah, probably Tristan Keys gets in there. Or does he kind of take somebody's spot? I mean, there's one spot available, and it's between him, Rodarius Jackson, and Travis Smith to see who gets that third wide receiver spot.
If we're going offense and defensive, I feel like the number one pick for me would to be the impact guy in this class would be Tristan Keys.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going defensive since I guess that's our big point of emphasis currently.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also, I mean, you talk about depth at like defensive back. I'm curious with Zayden Anderson from Greenville. Can he be in the mix? I think I guess the only thing like elite about him is his speed.
Yeah, he's got plenty of it.
Yeah. But again, that's another aspect that it, if you have it, it translates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can't coach speed. But 165, that's going to have to go up a little bit for him to see the field. That's what he's listed.
Yeah.
247. But
which he is 6 foot. Like he's got the frame to add on some pounds.
There Owings. There you go.
Yeah. Faison, if he's the real deal, would be the most beneficial. I agree with that, Monty. Yes.
I mean, I know Tennessee added Ori Williams. And if he's going to be the starter, Jesse Perry is probably your third tackle, but he's probably going to be a starting guard. Could Gabe Osinda be one that gets some run at tackle? I mean, he's a man. 6'7".
He's got the body.
Yeah.
He has the body. I don't know. I mean.
And his running backs have had success.
That's a great point.
So I would pick Braden Rouse if the linebacker room wasn't just filled to the brim.
It's going to be tough to find the field as a freshman linebacker currently.
Yeah.
If you do it, even maybe. I guess there could be a caveat to that, but potentially great news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll see. Anything else?
That is it for me.
Okay. Got some questions. Before we do that, guys, go check out our good friends at Hovey Dry Goods. HoveyDryGoods.com. Use promo code MORE for 15% off that purchase. 15% off that purchase with promo code MORE. Check out this hat. It's from Hovey. Go get it today.
My favorite.
Yep. Go get it. Can't see it, but go get it. Also, if you like betting, VIP Play, go check out VIP Play. Use promo code MORETN. Bet $20, get $100 in bonus bet if you sign up today. So go do that. Again, promo code MORETN. Bet $20, get $100 in bonus bets.
Go do it.
Somebody asked, did y'all see the interview with Mike Keith and Jim Knowles?
Not yet. That's on I'm currently watching the last Nate Land podcast ever.
Okay.
That'll be my next watch.
Gotcha. One thing that I found interesting, I didn't know Jim Knowles' daughter was at Tennessee.
So I saw something about that. I didn't know the follow-up story to that. Okay. Gotcha.
And she kind of recruited him, help recruit him, I guess.
No wonder he hadn't found a barber so fast. He had roots.
Yeah, he had an inside source.
Yeah. I kind of like that. It lost its luster for me. That lady will have to hook me up with the Jim Knowles. I Jim Knowles myself tonight.
Today?
So, yeah,
Ooh.
she'll have to hook me up with it, though.
There you
go. That straight razor to
it. Baseball season coming up. 22 days away from opening day. Love 22. No matter. I mean, do you retire that jersey or somebody wear it?
It still hurts, man.
Yeah. Somebody asked, who is your breakout player?
How many times will you answer this question?
I don't know. Let's do a pitcher. I'll do a pitcher for this one. I think I've said Jay Abernathy a billion times, so I would roll with that. But if I'm going pitcher, I'm probably going. I don't know if this is technically a breakout player, but I think Tegan Coons is going to be.
I was going to ask, how do you do breakout? Like, I don't know. I feel like I've heard a lot of good stuff about Brandon Arvidsson, but like, yeah, of course you're gonna hear good stuff about Brandon Arvidsson.
Yeah, he's also probably going to start the season off a little slow, due to some arm soreness. I think Christian Newstrom could be a guy that breaks out. I mean, whoever the catcher is going to be somebody who's going to break out.
Sure.
Is it going to be Garrett Wright? Is it going to be, can Stone Lawless get in there and earn a spot? I think Monty said Applegate. I think he's talking about Appenzeller, maybe.
Probably. That's only Apple Apple adjacent.
Yeah.
That I can think of.
Evan Hankins will probably be out of the bullpen. He's a freshman that is supposed to be pretty good. Pitching wise.
I just pulled up the roster and then it went away. So hold on. I missed this and I apologize. Cash Williams.
Cash Williams.
Is that an all-name team?
It's got to be.
Also, that's so country. It hurts.
I'm going here. I can't believe I missed one. Blake Grimmer.
Okay. That's it? That's who you're going with?
Duke can swing it. Can play a bunch of different positions. I think Blake Grimmer could be your breakout star.
All right. You heard it here first.
Yep. Did you see where I think On3 released the top players in college football for 2020? Way too early.
No.
2026.
Is Nico on it?
Top 100.
That seems
I don't know
excessive.
I don't think Nico's on there. Tennessee did have two players. One was Chaz Coleman at number 53, and Braylon Staley was number 98. And then Ty Redmond was, you could go further, he was 101. I just thought that was interesting. Okay. Chaz Coleman didn't have a ton of production at Penn State last year, so I thought that was odd that he was number 53. But hey, if he's number 53, whatever. I think he's having a good year.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens with the Tennessee plays at Alabama. Is it at Alabama? It is at Alabama.
Oh, why was I thinking that
they play a G League? Yeah, they play at Georgia and at Alabama this week. We'll see what happens there. If Tennessee needs to do something to bring me back in, maybe this helps. I don't know. But if it doesn't, I feel like this is a perfect time for all this to happen with all this eligibility and people getting coming from the G League because I am out on college basketball.
Yeah, that's fair.
Done with it.
NCAA, if you want to bring him back in, you either fix the eligibility thing or you ban Dan Hurley for the season. I don't care the cause. I just think it'd be hilarious.
What is that, sorry?
He called the ref a slur a few weeks ago, and there was talk about him being banned for the season. And whatever, I just think it'd be hilarious to ban him for a whole season. So I'm for that, regardless of the reasons. You can pick a reason. I just think it'd be hilarious because the dude is nuts.
Yeah, he needs just like a chill pill of some sort, whatever that may be.
Yeah. All right. Well,
yep. Guys, thank y'all so much for listening. We'll be back on, I don't even know what today is, dude.
Today's Thursday.
I go back to work on Monday, so then I'll probably get back into a groove. It's probably going to take me a little bit. But yeah, we'll be back on Sunday talking about probably this Tennessee-Alabama game, hopefully for good reasons. And if not, then we probably won't talk about it.
There you go. I like that.
All right, guys, have a great rest of your week. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.